Good morning, Avanti community, Sheila, and all the other YouTube neighbors who are going to find this video over time. Sheila, how long have you been waiting for me? I feel bad because I had to go walk the dog. So hopefully you weren't waiting for me for the last 20 minutes. But here I am. I made it. Had to take care of my 16-year-old dog first. She woke up, so I had to go get her a walk and na. So y'all know how it is. So I want to remind you again to hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I think that's a really important piece to this health puzzle. From all the books I'm reading, hydration is key. I can tell the lighting's different. Hang on, my lights aren't on in my kitchen. Forgot to turn on le luce. Spinge le luce. Turn on the lights. All right, y'all ready? I'm ready to knock this out. We got a full day ahead. And for you guys who don't know, we're having a meet and greet tonight. It's our first meet and greet. We've been meeting and greeting on chat for the last, 2.5 months. Now we're going to meet and greet on Zoom tonight. So I look forward to it. I've scheduled an hour for our meet and greet. So check your email if you're in our community. If you're not and you want to be in our community, go to avantiwellness.com. Send me a message from the Contact Us form. I'll get an email. I probably need to get it before 5 p.m. CST, Central Standard Time, in order to be able to get the information to you in time before I get busy getting ready for the meeting. So I may not check my emails after 5. So anyway, let's get after it. I'm ready to knock this out. I actually, this was the first day that I have drank coffee before my rebound session. So I'm super curious if it's going to make me feel any different. And I'm going to show y'all. I pulled out this old hoodie from my smaller clothes bin, and I'm going to tell y'all the story about the one time I went to Alaska. Okay. Just a side note, I went to this event yesterday. Wake up. Your body is telling you something. And the author, she's a local author, How to Grow and Evolve from Health Challenges and Life-Altering Circumstances. I can't wait to read this. It's like 63 pages. So I'm going to knock it out quickly. But in the meantime, tonight we're going to talk about if we're going to read a book together or if I'm just going to read the book and then highlight it for y'all. All right, I'm hydrating. All right, Alexa, give me a 1-minute timer. Alexa, give me a 1-minute timer. 1 minute, 7 minutes. Alexa, give me a 5-minute timer. Second time, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. Yay! No, she did it. She did it on the first request. Yay! Okay, so I just want to make note of how simple the health bounce is. If you guys are clicking on this video for the first time, this little health bounce is a powerful health bounce. It's good for you. It helps your lymphatic system. It's shrinking my body. Again, reminder, I haven't changed my diet yet, but I want to see if I can achieve bone and muscle building, tightening of skin while I eat moderately. I want to be like an Italian. I want to be like a French person. Alexa, stop. For those of you who only want to do a minute, it's over. Your exercise is over. Activation complete. You are go for launch. That's my new little saying. I made that up yesterday. So I want to be like an Italian. I want to be able to be fit and healthy and have pasta and have pizza in moderation, y'all. They eat in moderation. They are moderate eaters. They eat well. They enjoy food. They enjoy dolce, which is sweets. They enjoy pasta, olio, which is oil, fats, olio di oliva, olive oil. They enjoy life, la dolce vita. When I lived in Italy when I was 21, and I went to college there for a semester from January till July. So I went through pretty much 3 seasons. Winter was the end of winter in January, went through all of spring, and then half of the summer, which is hot. So if you plan on going to Italy, don't go. I don't recommend going mid-June through August. If you're going to go, try to sneak in between the end of May and the 1st of June and get out of there. It's hot. So the world's heating up, and they're not equipped with tons of air conditioning like America is. So anyway, okay, let me finish this thing. So I want to see if I can learn how to eat moderately and build muscle and ligaments and tendons through rebounding and clean up my lymphatic system daily and still have moderate desirable meals. So we're going to see. I'm patient. I'm going to see if I can do that, because if I can achieve that as an obese big person, the world will be curious and I'll be curious. I'd like to live like that. So take an American, feed her like an Italian. Most of their food is higher quality ingredients anyway, and whole foods. So not too much processed foods going on in Italy when you eat with the nonnas and the mamas and the mamma mias. All right, so I can tell my stomach is getting smaller. Just everything's feeling tighter. Like my stomach feels tighter. Like right now, just bouncing. So the more I read about that book, which I've been reviewing the book on YouTube Lives, The New Miracles of Rebounding. We read chapter 4, reviewed chapter 4 yesterday. And oh my gosh, it's just so awesome what rebounding has been able to do for people. And I'm excited with anticipation about what it's doing for me. And I hope I'm inspiring you to figure out what it's going to do for you. I would say that the keys to this game are consistency, patience, and determination. And those are like my 3 words for the year. So, all right, back to Alaska, okay? I wonder how soon the 5-minute mark, because I'm going to switch. Oh, there it is. Well, I'm really getting good at understanding that time window. Alexa, add 5 more minutes. 5 minutes down. Okay, here we are downhill on the downhill slope of the 10-minute warnings. So I'm taking off this jacket because it's starting to get hot. All right, so I bought that hoodie. It's not even a hoodie. It's like a sweatshirt. My legs are feeling stiff. It's a sweatshirt I got in a zip-up sweatshirt I got in Alaska to commemorate why I went to Alaska. So I might get the year wrong, but I think it was 2004, maybe. I signed up with my sister to train with a group called, what was it called? TNT. It stood for Team in Training. And you got trained for a marathon, and you started in January. And then we did the marathon in Alaska, like June 19th or something, 2004. If I'm not mistaken, my years are kind of blurred, but it was with the Leukemia Society. It's a fundraiser. And so I had never even really I did like one 5K, I think, or maybe I did my 5K after my marathon. Anyway, you basically like train for a marathon and then you raise money for leukemia and then you go somewhere and you do the marathon. So my dad had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer at that year. So my sister and I, we wanted my other sister to join us, but she was busy raising babies and she couldn't come. So we all went, me and my other sister went to Alaska together. We got to do some fun stuff. Like we went to the Denali National Park. We got to see Mount Denali, Mount Whitney, or whatever it's called. And then we went to Seward and we saw the glaciers and whale watching. They were kind of far away. They were close up. And rode a train through down to Seward. It was really gorgeous. You could see wolves and moose. And anyway, I did a half a marathon. I was 240 pounds at the time, and I did not really run it. I just did like fast walking. And I was by myself because my sister, she chose to do the full marathon. So we were in a hotel room. She had to wake up like an hour earlier than me and get out on the road to get to the starting line before I did. And then I had to take a bus to get to the starting line. And, you know, half a marathon is 13.1 miles. And so around the 12-mile mark, I saw a moose and a baby moose in the woods because we were walking like on a trail. And then you turned around and you headed back on the trail and for the 13.1 miles. And so I had my camera with me in case I spotted wildlife. I was like on a wildlife adventure on this marathon. I didn't care if I finished late or early. I was having a good time. I was enjoying La Dolce Vita, living my best life in Alaska. So I got to take pictures of the mother moose and the baby moose. And you know, whenever you're around a mother and a baby, you have to be really careful not to spook them because they'll come defend themselves around their babies. So we just were, you know, me. There were other people doing the running and the walking like me, but since I was in the walking level, I was towards the end of the wrap up. So when we came in to finish the finish line, they had cameras that they would take your picture coming in, and I do have a photo. That's the last half marathon I ever did. I only did it once. Then I just kept gaining weight after that. Never got down to 240 again. So had a good time in Alaska, and I'm so glad I had that memory, and I'm glad I did it. So these are like little nuggets. Alexa, stop. Can you all believe my exercise is over? It's storytelling time to kill the time when you're rebounding. So just basically just having little achievements along the way that help remind you that you can do it. My mom was 74 and she did a 10K, which is 6 miles in Boulder, Colorado with hills. And my two sisters did it with her. And I mean, it really wore her out. That was a lot. She'd never done that many miles in one walk. And she had, her knees were, you know, challenged because of all the weight, all the years. But she did it. And what an accomplished that was at 72. So she's such an inspiration for me. And I'm 20 years younger than that, than 72. So here we go. Let's knock it out. Ready? Go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last off. Activation, lymphatic activation. We're go for launch. Woo. Lymphatic activation. Woo. That always gets my heart rate up. Woo. Woo, woo, woo. Oh. I gotta be careful not to trip my toes, stuff my toes. I'm gonna bounce because I'm liking that. I'm liking that it incorporated the bounce at the end. Feels good. It feels like a good stretch. Do you want to go outside, Joy? Hang on, she might want to go outside. You want to go outside? I'll open the door for you. Yeah, she wants to go sit in the sun. She likes her little grounding. Go ahead. Oh. Go ahead and ground. Get your ground on. All right, let me get my rebounder in position. Isn't that pretty? Look at that little plant right there. Woo. Let's see. Do y'all get thirsty when you do your rebounding? Morning, Tara. This is clear. Tara, I know. Did you get my email last night? I put you on the email list. I haven't seen you online on the chat in a while. So your email was in my list. And so I thought, well, I'm going to send her the email in case she wants to come join us. So Tara, you haven't seen us in a while, but one of the things I've been doing is, let me show you. So, oops, hold on. Sorry, guys. I put my feet on the rebounder and I pump like that. So I started doing that while I'm talking to y'all and checking the chat. So I can be doing something. Oh, good, Tara. Yay, you plan on joining. Awesome. So we have 7 people on here. Anybody who doesn't know that we're having a meet and greet tonight on Zoom, go to the community page on the YouTube channel, and I gave a little announcement to remind everybody. And you have all day to get me an email up until 5:00 p.m. Central Standard Time to let me know you want me to forward you the link for our private meet and greet. And so we're going to see each other live, in person, visually, sitting down, relaxed, get your tea or your water or your beverage of choice and join us. I'll probably make some Fortune Delight tea for myself. And what else? It's actually not a tea, it's just herbs, crunched up herbs that is like a tea. I just call it tea because what else do you call ground up herbs in powder form? So what else do I want to say about that? Oh, go to in order to find out how to email me, you go to avantiwellness.com and there's a contact form there, and just fill out the contact form and let me know you want to be invited on the link, on the Zoom link, and we'll go from there. I'll get an email notification. I'll get your email and I'll forward you the email that I wrote last night at 11 p.m. after I read chapter 4. So I am so excited about my motivation, my consistency, and my determination, because that's always the trick, right? Is to have a desire and then stick with it. So I feel like I'm kind of locked in, I don't really want anything. Hopefully nothing happens that derails me from my motivation. I don't want to cancel clear. I don't want to manifest that. I want to stay consistent and motivated, and hopefully clearly show how the body can change when you give it consistent lymphatic drainage opening opportunity and rebounding with gravity. So when I sit on this chair and I put pressure on, I put my legs out like this in a wide stance, it really feels like it works my inner thighs. Has anyone tried that yet? Has anyone tried what I proposed to see if it hurts their inner thighs in a good way? It's a hurt so good kind of a hurt. Is there a limit on how many people can join the, I don't know. I mean, probably, I think it's 100. I think so. I didn't put a limit, but I have a free account. I used in the beginning when I first started my podcast, my first podcast, I paid for a year Zoom account because you can't go past 30 minutes on a Zoom or 40 minutes. I think it's 40 minutes if you don't have a paid account, and I don't have a paid account, but you can do 30 minutes. And so you'll see in the email how I structured that to get us back together after 30 minutes. And I'm sure there's a limit because when you pay for it, and I think I want to say like $155 for the year. And I paid it up front back then, 2021. I just decided I wasn't using it at the time. Very well structured. I wasn't using it at the time that I decided, since I was using StreamYard and I pay for StreamYard to stream out to all my pages for all 3 of my podcasts. I paid $25 a month for that. And so I didn't want to pay for both platforms, but StreamYard only allows 10 people. So I felt like this was the better option because I'll check, but I want to say they might let you have like 50 people. Right now we have I'm assuming that 10 people are going to come on the call, and that's just a really nice, intimate group. And you know what? Who knows? In the future, I may limit it to a specific. What I'll do is, in the beginning, we're testing everything. So we'll see how comfortable it is as the group gets larger and see if it still gives us value when the group is larger. Okay, if it doesn't, what I might do is have like 10 guests who are coming together on the platform to have a support group, and then the people who can come into the group, like say there's 50 people watching the 10 people have a discussion. Because I'll tell you that there's value even if you're just watching people process and talk about their support needs or what they're working on. There's value you can get from hearing someone else's situation and story, and you're not even talking and sharing, but you're going to get ideas and considerations. So there might be a situation where there's 10 people that are who have agreed to be part of the group for the purposes of the support group, and then everybody kind of watches it who's not part of the main on stage considered on stage in the Zoom. Okay, so we're able to, and less for StreamYard. It's a no-brainer. Yeah, I mean, overall, it's not less for StreamYard because it's $25 a month versus like $150 for the year. However, I have more leverage and my StreamYard offers me more things than I need Zoom for. So Zoom doesn't allow for, see how my platform has that frame around it and the little logo? That's like my video and my branding. And so it also doesn't allow you to stream out live, number one, but not only live, when I make a recorded video that's not streamed live, I can push it out to all the platforms at once. So it's less admin. And you know what, Sierra, this girl doesn't like the admin stuff. I don't like all that back end admin stuff. I need an assistant eventually when I can pay for one. I think people like that. Okay. Yes, Sierra, I'll be joining. Heart, white heart. I totally stalked you before talking and joining. Oh, really? Sierra, how long did you watch me and stalk me before saying something? I'm curious. How long do people stalk me? What were you, now that we're best friends, you can tell me that what made you finally get engaged with it? Was it that you wanted your own benefit? Like, meaning, I mean that in a positive way, like you knew that by being engaged with this community that it would help and support you as well, right? So, and another question I have for y'all is, when you are watching the video, are y'all on, so how does it look if you have your phone vertical like this? Is the video up here and then the chat is below it? I don't think I've ever seen like the StreamYard view experience. How are y'all typing your words in the chat? How hard is that? You got your keyboard below and you're able to do it like that. So this little bounce thing I'm doing where I'm talking to y'all, it's almost kind of like probably a solace muscle push-up, because I'm pressing down on the mat with the balls of my feet. Here are my toes. This part right here is pressing, and my heels are up in a little vertical. And I'm just pushing down, activate, pushing down, activate, pushing down, activate. And I can actually jump my legs higher, more G-force if I want, because I'm not having to hold up my whole body and I don't have to balance. The chair is helping me balance. And guys, this is great for like a senior. So one of the reasons I want to prove while I'm 55 that this is good is because I want to showcase that this exercise in my house with my rebounder will take me into my very senior years, like my 80s and my 90s. That's kind of my hope, okay? And I hope to take y'all along with me. And we're going to be 80s. Let's see, Sierra's probably going to be 70 when I'm 80, right? So take y'all along with me. A week or so. It wasn't long at all. Try and not to get a feel of you in the community. Try and not to get a feel of you in the community, to see if you all were It's funny to see if you all lifted each other up. Oh my God, that's funny. Do we? Do we lift each other up? I heard your voice in my head and I was led to coming back. Divine inspo. Woo, my voice. Ooh, y'all, what if I did like a meditation? Took my voice down to ASMR version. Y'all, it's all about La Dolce Vita. Avanti girls and boys are going to live La Dolce Vita. And I'm becoming a believer that La Dolce Vita is better when you move your body. Okay, that's what I'm realizing. I just have never been committed to focusing on it as much as I am right now. Did my 10 minutes today. Woohoo, Jamie. Been doing it about an hour after I get up. Oh, okay. So I do it and stay committed. Good, Jamie. Good. You're doing what's working for you. So y'all, you know, when I do my boosters, and I'll say to y'all, you know, it's kind of early to do my booster. You know, I just did my 10 minutes 2 hours ago. I could wait till 5 o'clock and do my booster then, but it's 1:30 and I know because I can feel myself what's going to happen today. And I don't think my energy level is going to inspire me to do my booster at 5. So I was knocking out my boosters when I was feeling like it so I could just get it done and write it off the books as done. So sometimes I force myself to do a booster early, even though I just did a 10 minutes, because I already know in my head, I'm already deciding I'm not going to do one later. And I think, especially if I go have lunch with my friends, I'm not going to want to do a booster at 5 o'clock. I'm probably just going to want to do something else, you know? So sometimes I just have to do it just to get it done, just so I can say I did it. So that's definitely something to consider. Getting things done when you know it's best for you. It's all about listening to your body. And that book that I went to that class yesterday, that 2-hour event, your body's telling you something. Are you listening to it? So, you know what my body was telling me before I started rebounding? My legs started to have pain and throbbing in them. And my feet, y'all, every time somebody was talking about neuropathy yesterday at the meeting, and I wanted to tell her to rebound, but she was so far away. And then I got distracted talking to other people. After the event was over, we were all connecting. There was, like I said, there was like 30 people there. And we took a selfie. I took a selfie. Maybe I'll post that picture. No, I'm not going to post it because this wasn't my event. But anyway, I mean, I wouldn't want that person who hosted the event to get mad. So y'all, I was having, you know, pain in my feet, pain in my calves and my lower legs, you know, like throbbing. And I just intuitively knew it was lack of oxygen in that area. And so I'm like, what's going to get oxygen in that area? You know, what's going to get oxygen is movement. And I just started to think about what am I willing to do every day that would require me to move more in 24. Okay, so let me think if there was anything else. Y'all, do y'all have anything y'all want me to refer to or talk about? Let's see. Sierra, I'm literally only here for the community and bounce. Never self-interest in the material realm. So Jamie, Sierra, that's awesome. I bet you're a humanitarian. You know, your life path. If you care about helping others, that means you have humanitarian energy. Same, Jamie, has to be about an hour after I wake up. It's my reward. I allow caffeine as I bounce to start my day. Got to jump off, ladies. Puppies and dogs need me. I'll hop on and watch the rest later. Have a great Sunday. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks for popping on. Happy Sunday, Jay. Hope your fingers are okay. Oh, I know. I hope she's healing those. Castor oil. I need to text her. I'm gonna text her because I had a burn right here on my hand right here. Wait, hold on. Can y'all see it? It's kind of shaded darker right there. See that? Where the skin's darker. Last week, I poured hot boiling tea water that I just boiled, and it poured over my hand roll just quickly, like it didn't even stay on there, you know, because it just kind of passed through, and then I shook my hand and it was burned. It was probably maybe 1 degree. I don't know what a 1 degree burn really looks like, but maybe it was a 1 degree burn. And I put castor oil on it at night when I went to sleep, and it helped to soothe it, number one, and then it helped heal it up. And so now it's just the skin is getting replaced. So, okay, I feel like I've done enough feet bouncing for today. What I'm going to do is I'm shutting down the live stream, StreamYard. I'm making my second cup of coffee. I'm moving over to the fireplace, and I'm going to read chapter 5. Y'all don't have to be there. I read it. I mean, I'd love for y'all to be there like we were yesterday. So please, but don't feel obligated. I make the videos for us in the moment, but also I make the videos to plant that seed so that other people can find the inspiration on another day. So I don't really know who needs to hear the information I'm putting out on the channel. I just hope it resonates for those that it's going to resonate for, and it helps people along the way. So I just have to keep on planting seeds, and I'm not worried about the harvest. I'll leave the harvest up to God, okay? Or the universe, or whatever you want to call him. I don't want to offend anyone with my words, but I think that everyone has the right to believe in their own. I believe God gives us free will to believe however we want to believe. So y'all believe how y'all want to believe, and I'll believe how I want to believe. So it's this is a non-judgment zone, open for all people, loving, supporting, and nurturing wherever you are in your life journey. I do know that we're constantly growing and constantly evolving, and I wish you well on your journey. And hopefully you'll hang out with me on your journey. So going over there, getting my coffee. I'll see y'all there in a second, okay? Bye, Sierra. Bye, everybody. I know there's a few of y'all on here. I'll see y'all later and see you tonight. Don't forget. Bye.